Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Making an Impact with Zebu Nation. And today we have for you Game 9 of the 2019 MLS regular season. But before we get to today's matchup, let's take a look at where we're at in Major League Soccer. After 8 games, we got 3 wins, 5 losses for a total of 9 points, -4 goal differential. And that places us in 5th place in the Eastern Conference. Now, it's not been a great year so far in the Eastern Conference. Not a lot of teams are pulling ahead or scoring a lot of points, honestly, because, a team with only 3 wins being in 5th place is probably not very good. If you look at Western Conference, if we were in the Western Conference, we'd be all the way down in like 10th place. So it's kind of good that we're in the Eastern Conference this season because it's a little thin right now. Columbus Crew is pulling away from the rest of the conference with 15 points. I mean, they're 3 points ahead of the Red Bulls. So those two teams are kind of separating themselves a little bit. So we got to watch out for that and not fall too far behind. We can sort of look over some of the player stats and things like that. We haven't done that yet this season, so we can just look at the top guys here. Max Cerruti from FC Dallas, leading the league in goals with 5. He's actually tied with Osvaldo from Sporting KC and Ola Kamara from San Jose. So that was a good move for him away from LAFC. Put him into San Jose, and he's scoring lots of goals. Average ratings, Dos Santos from the LA Galaxy, 7.65 rating. Max Cerruti is also on that list. And T. Martinez from Houston is up there, 7.61. Assists, Rivas from DC United. Giovinco from Toronto. So I guess it's good to see him back on the list. Maybe Toronto's not going to have such a terrible season as they had last year, although they are currently in 10th place with only 1 win on the season, so maybe they're not going to do so good this year. And then Ruiz from Real Salt Lake is also up there with 4 assists. Shutouts, Celts from Houston, Lampson from LA Galaxy, and Stefan from Columbus are all there with 4 shutouts on the season. And, that's pretty much the stats. Again, like I said, just to look at the top guys, just sort of get a feel for what's going on. Now, we've played a couple of games since last time you were here. We'll look at the schedule, and they haven't been too good. So you watched us beat Toronto 3-1, and that was pretty good. But then we had 2 more away games, Colorado and Portland, out in the Western Conference, and it just showed how much stronger the Western Conference is. Because of our last 5 games, we played 4 Western Conference teams and lost to all of them. The only team we beat in that 5-game stretch was Toronto. So it hasn't been too good. We lost 2-1 to Colorado here. And this is one of those games where I was feeling good at first because we go up early here. We go up in, I think it's the 14th or 15th minute. Like, here it is. Tadair on the counterattack. There's Mane. He's been playing pretty well. Gets it to Kyle Larin. Kyle Larin to Jackson. And then he scores right past the goalkeeper. And I'm thinking this is looking pretty good, right? That's our main dudes. Our attack is looking strong. But then Colorado comes back just a couple of minutes later. Bad header by our defense. It finds its way to Price, and he scores. He evens it up. And then just before halftime, David Villa plays it forward to Hairston, out to Ramirez, and then he's going to send it back post for an easy goal. And that puts them up 2-1 just before half, and then that's it. We can't come back in the second half, and things bog down, and it looks pretty bad. So that was no good. And then the next game was just as bad, if not worse. Portland Timbers out in Portland, 20,000 strong. And this was a pretty crazy game. I thought we were going to play pretty well, but it just didn't work out that way. I mean, we lost a handle on things. And here's Diego Valeri. Sends one to Guzman. Guzman, great save by Lutweiler, but then Valeri gets it back and scores their first goal. So they go up 1-0. Then we get a penalty. Valeri, goal. We went down to 10 men. Got a red card. So they're up 2-0 right now. Here's Blanco taking it down the near side. He crosses it. There's Adi with the header and just a terrible save attempt. 3-0 for Portland. And then here's Adi. Just sort of running around with the ball, free and clear. Gets it out wide to Luna. Back post to Blanco. Easy header past 2 defenders and the goalkeeper. 4-0. And here's Vargas getting one back on the free kick to Duvern. Doesn't work, but Petrasso's going to chase it down. Back to Vargas. One touch back post for Mane. Easy goal. He gets one back. So 4-1 at that point. And then we get another consolation goal here. Petrasso sends it forward. There's that man Mane again, and he scores again. So Mane's had a pretty good games. You know, he's played well. But the rest of the team has not followed. So we got issues. And, you know, because our goal differential is so bad, like when we get beat, we're getting beaten pretty badly. You know, you look at our 5 losses. 1-0, not too bad. 3-1, 4-1, 2-1, and 4-2. So we're getting outscored by a lot. So I'm thinking we might need to go a little bit more defensive, but I'm not ready to make that judgment just yet. So this is essentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is essentially the quarter season update. So we got some decisions to make going into the first half of the season. And I think it starts right here with DC United. Because if we can't beat DC United at home using our attacking offensive style, then I think we're going to have to change things up. And we're definitely, I think, going to change things up if we play any more Western Conference teams on the road. I think we'll definitely go to a more conservative defensive style. But for now, against the Eastern Conference team that we are in competition with right now, because here's DC United in 6th place. They also have 3 wins and 5 losses and an even worse goal differential. So that tells me that their defense is probably as bad, if not worse, than ours. So if we can't score a bunch of goals on these guys, we got issues and we're going to have to work something out. So let us get to our tactics for this game, and we got even more issues. Now, if defense wasn't a bad enough issue, Cabrera got that red card and he's suspended. So he's out of here. Get out of here. Also, Taylor, injured, 3 weeks. Get out of here. So we got defensive issues right now. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to bring Duvern down here to play central defender. And then our fullbacks are playing pretty bad. Salmon and Giglio have not played well. So I'm going to keep Tran in at left back. And then at right back, we're going to bring in Hasler. He's been out on international duty. He's got a pretty good rating, 6.8. He's match fit because of all that international duty. So we're going to bring him over here, put him at right fullback. And then central defense, we're a little thin right now. We don't have a lot of options. We got Watts, but he's not too match fit. We got our guy we picked up in the off-season or in the preseason, Boxall, but he hasn't played much at all. He is also not match fit. So really our only choice at the moment is Jaguar. So we are going to bring in Jaguar right there to finish out our defense. Let's see, what can he do? He can play ball-playing defender. You know, I think we'll let him play his most natural position. Duvern's central defender on cover. I guess. I don't know how those two are going to work in tandem, in concert. I'd actually prefer Jaguar on the right-hand side if he's going to be going forward, because I don't want him interfering with Andre. But, you know, we're going to go with what what we're going to go with, I guess. So the good news is these two fullbacks, Tran and Hassler, have some good combinations with their wingers. Andre's got some good combinations, and I guess that's what we're going to go with. Other than that, I think we're set on the bench. Crepeau, Salmon, Giglio, Piet, Mane, Petrasso, and Dupuis. Now, do we want, my question here, do I want someone who can play central defense just in case? You know, we could have Watts or Boxall on the bench. We need Piet in there because he can play either midfield spot. He can play defensive mid or center mid. Watts can't really play center mid. So I think we'll bring Boxall in for Salmon and have that a possibility right there in case Duverne or Hassler gets hurt or something. All right. So now we got to respond to this. Form number 2. This is going to be, decision time. Are we going to stick with our offensive strategy that worked last season, or are we going to have to, fish around and find something new? Maybe a 4-2-3-1 so we can get Yaya Toure in there and have him be, a bigger part of this team. He should be. We're spending all that money on him, and right now it seems like a waste. So that might actually be the best thing to do, but we're going to give the 4-2-4 one last shot. See what we can do. MLS preview. Philadelphia versus New England seems to be the big game of the week, the top clash. See where they're at in the competitions. They're 4th and 5th, so I guess that's a struggle for them. The winner of that is going to move a couple of points ahead of the winner of this matchup. So that's going to be pretty important. And the loser, if there is a loser, if there's draws, then that's, I guess, whatever. But if there are winners and losers in these two games, it's going to be an issue for the teams that lose because they're going to drop pretty far back into the standings. So let us hope that's not us. We really don't want to fall behind early in the season and have a tough time catching up. Okay, here we go. Preview. Montreal versus DC. We are 6-4 favorites. We're in 6th place. They're in 7th. They're in fair form. They've won 2 of their last 5, and you saw before we've won 1 in our last 5. So we are in poor form. So what's DC United been up to these days? It looks like they're going with a diamond formation, possibly. Sort of DC United. There it is. Oh, that's not it. Get out of here. What sort of moves did they make today? Not today. This week, this month, this year, this season. Let's see. They drafted Acosta from Real Salt Lake. Picked up Matt Turner from their academy. Had some free transfers. Drew Moore, 35-year-old defender. He's still pretty okay, I guess. Mentally, of course, he's very good. Technically, pretty good. 14 tackling, 14 marking. I don't know if he's going to be playing or not. They waived Donadel. So the player they picked up from us last season, he's out of there. They lost Odell Atsum to Chicago in the draft of some sort. Waiver draft, I suppose. Had a couple of draft picks. There's Rivas. That's their big signing. Carlos Rivas, attacking midfielder, Colombian. Pretty speedy, 16 pace, 14 acceleration. Penalty taking, pretty good. Good overall player for them. So that's their big move. Let's get to our team selection. We saw this. Submit that team and get ready. Big game coming up. All right, so they are going with the 4-2-3-1 DM. Medeiros and Stanko are their 2 DMs. Opar. Kofi Opar. 28-year-old Canadian. 12 caps. He looks okay. 14 heading, 13 marking, 13 tackling. So we got to watch out for him. Francis Alston. There's Acosta. Who is this now? Gonzalo Verón is their top goal scorer with 4 goals in 5 appearances. So we definitely got to watch out for him. Anyway, on our side of the pitch, we're going with Lutweiler in goal. Tran and Hassler at fullbacks, you saw that. Gagier and DeVerne, central defense. Andre Teixeira. Vargas, Romero in the midfield. Jackson Amell and Laren up top. Jackson, his top goal scorer and most assists with 3 apiece. 7.53 rating. And Laren is probably also our top goal scorer with 3. Yep, and 2 assists. 7.28. So our strikers aren't the ones letting us down. It's everybody else letting us down. So we got to focus on other places. We're gonna turn the pep talk over to the assistant. Opposition instructions. Let's close down on Verón. Anybody else? There's Luidi. He was their pickup last season. 22-year-old attacking right mid. He's pretty good. He's a little bit small, not very strong, can't jump, but other than that, he's pretty good. Dribbling, crossing, finishing, first touch, pretty good for a winger. So we got to watch out for him as well. I think we'll close down on him. Acosta. He's even better. Wow. Yeah, let's tightly mark him. Zoltan. Jeez, their front 4 are really talented. We're going to have to watch out for those guys. That's going to be trouble, I think. All right, the absence of Cabrera is sure to be felt. Yeah, we've looked good in training, I guess. You've left Petrasso out. Is that due to his recent injury problems? Sure, I guess. In other circumstances, we might have risked him. Can we expect attacking focus? Yep. All right, so here we are. Finally a home game after all those road games, and Saputo Stadium's not full, unfortunately. Got to get some bigger crowds this season. They don't like these midweek Eastern Conference games. I mean, look at that. There's a lot of empty seats there in the lower bowl. You know what's funny is the match engine fills the upper bowl first and then goes to the lower bowl. I don't think that's how fans actually react. At least not in North America. I mean, they fill out the lower bowl first. If there aren't seats there, they're going to fill them in. But, I guess it depends on which tickets, who shows up. You think like the rich people are going to get the best seats, but they're also probably going to be the least fervent fans, so maybe they're not going to show up as much. But those are probably season ticket holders would get the best seats, so I don't know. Anyway, here's Teixeira is going to take a long shot. He likes doing that, but to no effect, unfortunately. That doesn't even count as a shot, apparently. All right, here's Opar starting at forward. Terrible touch in the midfield. Turnover to Jackson. Vargas sends it forward to Jackson. Gets it to Laren. He beats the defense. Ooh, nice save by Usted, but that was a terrible turnover by DC United. We can tell why they're not doing so hot this season. If they're turning the ball over like that, you can understand why their goal differential is so bad. Let's see. Is there anything else we need to look at? Match stats. We've already got that on the top. Action zones. That's what's usually there is the action zones. Focus of the attack. Sort of similar to the action zones. I kind of like that a little better, though. Shows you whether they're coming down the middle or... Yeah, we're coming mostly down the middle and the right. Vargas isn't getting too many touches out on the left, apparently. They're coming straight down the middle, 53%. All right, here we go. Tran. He's already got a yellow card. He's going to boost it forward. Tadair to Jackson. Jackson's going to slow play it to Laren. Laren's just going to, like, fire it weirdly. I don't know what that was all about. Usted is kind of confused as well, but he picks it up anyway. All right, here's Tadair. Send one in from the corner. Oh, almost gets in. DeVern gets ahead on it, but he just knocks it off the post. That was a great attempt. Tran, though, the highlight continues. Vargas with a turnover. That was terrible. Stanko tries to send it forward, but Tran is there again. Tran seems to be playing well. He's got a 6.8 rating, so that's good. He does have that yellow card, which is disturbing. But we're not going to take him out if he's playing well. Our rankings are pretty much identical. Okay, here we go. Highlight for DC United. Nope. Steal by Romero. Sends it forward for Jackson. Wins it to Laren. Back to Tadair. Back to Jackson. Not playing in sync at the moment. I don't like what's happening here. That was terrible. I'm going to tell these guys to concentrate. Verone gets it to Stieber. Stieber around one man. He's looking back post, but there is nobody making a run. Verone decides not to go, but he gets the ball. He wins it. Lazy by our defense. Back post to Stieber, forcing Lutweiler to make a save. That was a terrible sequence of plays on both parts. We're going to get that concentrate out. Hopefully that helps. Here's Acosta. Send one in. Romero heads it out. Andre, and there ends the highlight. All right, so we've been having some epic highlights, and they've been sort of comedies of errors. All right, here's DC United. Throws one along for Acosta. Acosta centers it. Terrible pass. Tadair intercepts. Duvern gets it ahead to Romero. Gets it ahead to Jackson. Back to Tadair. Romero. Terrible pass, but Jackson is there. That target man gets it out wide to Vargas. Here we go. Vargas cuts inside, centers to Tadair, takes a shot. I don't like what I'm seeing, honestly. I think we need to slow it down a little bit. I think we need to retain possession a little bit. Work the ball in the box. I just think we're not playing well. And the other thing I think we need to do, put Tran on support. So we have a little bit extra support in the midfield, some other places to pass the ball. Clock is now rolling, though, because we're not taking all those wild, long shots. Hassler's been booked. All right. He's off tackles. He can be a wild man. His rating has dropped to 6.5. I really hate it when our fullbacks get yellow cards, because that means we can't ratchet up the pressure in the second half if we need to without subbing those guys out. And our only choice at right back is Boxall. Here's Tadair with a free kick. Sends one off the wall. DC's going to chase it down. Stieber sends it forward to no one. Lutweiler's going to gather it in. 1 minute of stoppage time. Drops it ahead to Tran. He's going to drop it back. Waste a lot of time. 30 seconds left. Lutweiler. As you can see, we don't play the ball out of the back very often. Long wins it for DC United. They're going to get the last attack of the half. Stieber down the far side just sends one into the crowd, sort of. That was a terrible shot or pass or whatever that was. Shot off target. Yeah, that was an understatement. All right. So there we go. Not a great first half. Pretty bad, actually. We lost possession quite a bit, especially in the central areas. They lost possession a lot, as well as, just like I said before, comedy of errors. Analysis, anything going on here? Overrun, Rick Tran, yeah, we're going to tell him to do that. Tell him to ease off the tackles. We tried retaining possession. That hasn't worked so far. But let's go to the dressing room. Pep talks. Not happy with your performance out there. Oops, some people didn't like that. Who didn't like that? Tadair. Let's be calm. You weren't bad, but I believe you can still improve. Okay, he's happy about that. And Jackson Amel. We'll try the same trick on him. Well, there's much more to come from you. No, he's demotivated. All right, get out of here. Not an entirely successful pep talk, but pretty good. Tadair. Out wide to Vargas. Another terrible pass. But Hassler wins it with his yellow card self. Romero loses it. Counterattack. Nope. Oh, boy. Duverne with a tackle. It was quite a slide tackle. I'm glad he didn't get a card for that. Verone to Alston. Okay, let's go to our analysis here. Tran ease off tackles. Are we retaining possession right now? Yeah, we are retaining possession already, so no problems there. Hassler with a 6.5 and looking nervous. Here we go. Tadair sends one back post to Lara and loses the header. Andre is going to chase it down, though. See what we can do about this. He's going to take it to the sideline and then drop it back to Jaguar, who's going to boost it forward. Jackson Amel heads it on. Laren, not a great shot. Usted is there. You know, Laren doesn't shoot with a lot of power because he's always trying to place the ball. So that can be good and that can be bad. It's good when he's on the run. Oh, boy. Romero's injured. Possibly a bruised knee. That's okay because we can bring on Mane and see if we can, I don't know, juice this up a little bit. Add some speed to the process. Here we go. Jaguar sends it out wide to Vargas. Vargas doesn't come get the ball, and Luigi gets the steal for DC. Drops it back to Alston. Acosta. Luigi. It seems like the first team to score here is going to have the upper hand. Verone to Stieber. Costa out wide. Here's Francis on the overlap. Gets it to Stieber. Oh, great pass to Verone. Yeah. That was terrible. Goes over to his away fans. Yeah. I mean, that was a great play on their part. Very nice patience. Acosta. Great overlap by Francis, and then just, perfect pass. Nothing the goalkeeper can do about that. So as I said, the team to score first is going to take control, and they've done just that. Let's pause. We're going to have to go a little bit more daring. We're already attacking. Push forward a little bit. See what we can do here. Hassler's not playing well. Laren's not playing well. Don't really. Jaguar injured. That's no good. Yeah, that's no good. We're going to have to play Boxall on the left-hand side, which he is not really good at. Same with Duverne. I guess we'll slide Duverne over. Boxall on the right. That's no good. That's two of our substitutes down. We got a lot of central defenders who are biting the dust right now. Let's get creative. Yes, we need to create some shots. Here we go. Vargas sends one into Mane. He heads it back for some reason instead of forward. And Luigi gathers it in for DC United. He turns it over in an awful turnover. Duverne pumps it forward. Laren can't get to it. Opar is there. Stieber now sends it downfield for DC. Nobody there for DC United. They're just chucking it downfield. Boxall. Calmly to Duvern. Tedere. Out wide to Mane. Is he going to go past his man? No, he's going to send it forward for Laren. Gets it. Is he going to cross it? He does. Jackson Amel. Substitute. I thought that was a foul for a second there, but no. No foul. 73 minutes. Let's go. Come on. Is there anything we can do? Boxall is injured. What are you doing to me, people? What are you doing to me? We got no substitutes. I mean, can Tran play central defense? I guess. I mean, not really, especially not ball-playing defender, but, you know, whatever. And then we can bring in Giglio. So our central defense is it's going to be destroyed. We're going to have, like, no central defenders left for our next game. I mean, I guess we still have two. We have Watts and Duvern. That's our only central defenders left on the whole team. So we are in trouble if those guys are injured for any stretch of time. Here we go, Tedere. His corner is intercepted, but Laren wins us another one. 80 minutes down. Tedere again. Same play. Doesn't work again. Laren covers it. Centers to Andre. Andre looking around. Terrible pass. What is happening? It's like these guys forget how to play from game to game, and then DC just bombs it downfield. I dropped my controller in disgust, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to try to pick it up off the ground here. Hassler with a throw in. There we go. He gets it back to Laren. Jackson Amel, that was a weird shot, but Usted manages to make the save. 82 minutes and counting. Oh, they're slow playing it now. Usted almost wasn't ready for that pass. Moore is in the game, the old man, but he's a steady hand. Tran with the tackle and his yellow card. Stieber, they are definitely slow playing it. I'd like to tell our guys to get stuck in, but we got so many yellow cards. Hassler, one of those yellow cards. Now we're going to try to get the counterattack. Laren going wide with it. Doesn't quite know what to do. He's going to drop it back to Hassler. What was that pass? Awful. Tran, though, nice intercept, but then he loses it to Mendez. 83 minutes and counting. 85 minutes. 86. We're getting close to the end, boys. 87. We're going to pause it. I mean, I guess we got to risk the yellow cards. Be more expressive. Get stuck in. We're going to, risk getting some red cards for Hassler and Tran. Going down to 10 men. Don't have any substitutes anyway, so it doesn't matter really. 6 minutes of stoppage time. That's good. All of our injuries, I guess, might pay off. Here's Giglio. Throw in, far side. Gets it to Jackson. Andre not prepared for that. Mendez has it for DC United at midfield. Drops it to Acosta. DC United on the counterattack. Luidi tries to get it forward to Mendez. Out wide to Acosta. There's the final goal. That's all they needed to put us away. Another patient counterattack. DC United has been very patient with their opportunities, and we've been kind of the opposite. We've blown a lot of opportunities. But here they are just calmly passing it around. Great pass out wide to Acosta, and then lovely finish. Let's get out of here. Still 5.5 minutes. I mean, I guess anything could happen, but I don't know. Tedere. Mane centers it to Jackson. Can he get it out wide? He does to Vargas. Vargas is triple covered. loses it to Stanko, and DC United just sends it downfield again. Tran to Vargas. Centering to Tadair. See what he can do with it. Gets it forward to Laurent. To Jackson with a shot. Easy stop for Usted. Still 4 minutes and change to go. They're slow playing it again. They managed to get it downfield to Acosta. Stieber is going to try to get fouled by Hessler. Yellow card. Get out of here. Yeah. I mean, this is awful. He's sent off. I mean, I guess drop Mane back. Put Jackson Amell out here. It's fine, whatever. One minute to go. Usted plays it short to Apar, to long. Stanko sends it out wide. Stabler, terrible pass. Andre with the interception. Tran gets it forward to Vargas. Out wide to Jackson. This is interesting. Nobody supports him, though, so he just sends it into goal. I don't know what happened to our team. I mean, they're playing really bad. They're not playing together at all. They're, all these bad passes. I don't understand. It's like they weren't doing this last year, and they weren't doing this earlier in the season. It just suddenly started a few games ago, and I don't know how to stop it. I even closed the program and tried to go back in and play some more games, and they're still playing really bad. So I don't know what it is. We got to work on our formation. We got to work on our mixture of players, and just, I guess, kind of do what we did last year and just find the best 11 and play the best 11 and not worry about mixing in so many players and getting so many people playing time. If somebody wants to leave, we're going to have to let them leave, because we can't have results like this. Pep talk. Get out of here. Aggressive. Not happy. Mad. DC United killed us 2-0. Let's see where that drops us in the competition. Down to 7th place, out of the playoffs. 3 points back from DC and New York. Luckily, nobody else in the competition seemed to win any games. But we've got 9 games, and these other teams, like New England, they've got 3 games in hand against us, so they can just bolt past us. Columbus and New York have 2 games ahead. Chicago's got 1 game, so we're farther behind than it looks. As you can see in the Supporters' Shield, that dropped us all the way to 15th place. So we're looking really bad. In the Western Conference, there's only 3 teams worse than us in the Western Conference. That's no good. In the Eastern Conference, it's 4 teams worse than us. So we are sliding. We got to get out of this tailspin. As you can see, look at our league positions. We just drop. That's no good. We got to reach the wild card this year as our board expectations also. Top half, not so good. So we got some stuff to figure out and not a lot of time to do so, because we got Columbus and New York and then 3 games versus Toronto. So that's a rough schedule coming up. We gotta work some stuff out. Luckily, other than the tough teams we gotta play, we now have sort of a regular schedule. 1 game a week. DC United, New England, Columbus, New York. So, these are tough games, but at least we should be able to prepare like a normal team for those 4 games. And we need some wins. We need some wins real bad. All right. So I'm going to go back to the drawing board, try to figure something out. Oh, look at our injuries. Boxall. 5 to 6 months. Get out of here. That's fine. Romero. Only a couple of days. Hassler suspended. I'm going to issue him a warning, because he is kind of a suspension guy. Boxall on the injury list. Yeah, we're going to put him on the season-ending list and try to find somebody to replace him. Hassler accepts his warning. All right, good for you. So, he's suspended. Boxall injured for the season. What else happened? Taylor's out. Romero's injured. Andre, very high injury susceptibility. Cabrera. Ugh. All right. We're going to figure some stuff out and come back for our next game. So until then, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.